All right, guys, let me know you can hear me and you can see the screen. Please put a one in the chat and we can get started. Okay, so got a couple of example sites with content hubs, and these are pretty good. One of them was done manually, one of them was done with the Minisite Content Pilot. Let me know you can hear me and you can see the screen. Please put a one in the chat, please. Okay, I'm going to have to. Oh, Chris, Dennis, great. Okay. All right. Let's just have a quick look at a completed content hub before we get started on the WordPress stuff. Okay. And you'll get an idea of what we're doing here. So just going to refresh this page. Okay. We have done a whole bunch of images that you can use. Okay. And these are Canva images that you can easily kind of edit as well. Okay, so we got our content hub here. This is all done with the software, with the Minisite Content Pilot. If I click through on the section, it's going to take me to a section homepage. You can see we've got overview and we've got all the different articles within that particular section. If I click up here and I open up an article, you can see we've got links, another link. We got a table in here as well, FAQs, and we got some jump links in the recap section. And it's looking pretty good. There's still some things that we need to tidy up on, which we will get to. Okay, things like this, it's got too many tags in here. So, but overall, I'm quite pleased with the way this has turned out. Okay, so this is what it should look like once you are done. Okay, once you have set this up. And as I mentioned yesterday, you still need to do your links for the resources or for the articles. Okay, and you need to do links for your sections within the Content Hub's homepage. Okay. Anyway, let's get into the WordPress template setup. Okay, so I have done a Google Doc, and this is one that I've done today. I've just finished doing this. Previously, we had another doc that we used for Traffic Thief. Okay, to be able to get your doc, what you want to do is you're going to install WordPress on your hosting, and then you're going to send us your WP admin details. We need the username and the password, and we will install it for you. Okay, we will install it for you. So you got to email that information to Stephanie, and she will install it for you. Why are we doing it like that? Because we don't want this template to get out and be shared amongst too many people. If I put it on a thank you page, the way it is at the moment, then we don't have any. It's not a membership site where you have to log in. So, you know, I just don't want it being shared. There's too much work goes into these templates. So what you want to do, install WordPress, contact Stephanie, and give her the WP admin details. Okay, and she will install that for you. Okay, and in this Traffic Thief template, I've got a lot of information here that I'm just going to give you. This as well as the new document that we're working from tonight. Okay, and that information is down here in the resources. Okay, you can see I've highlighted in yellow here to get that doc. It tells you a little bit more about the plugins, etc., that we're using. Okay. Okay, so first, what I want to do is just cover some basic things that you're going to do once you have installed the WordPress template. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to make sure that I've got a clean. Just bear with me a second. I just bought a couple of domains. I bought makemoneyonline.vip for $3 and something. And I wanted to use that as an example tonight. Let's see if she's Done it or not, I've got a caps lock on here. Okay, I'm just waiting. Stephanie, if you are here now, can you just check with Shay if she's installed the makemoneyonline.vip into xCloud? Makemoneyonline.vip is the domain. I asked her to do it about 15 minutes ago. It should only take a couple of minutes. What you want to do, JR, what you want to do is you want to create a site that you're going to clone from. Here's the setup. We install the template for you on your domain. It's better to get something like xyztemplate.com or get a dollar domain. Doesn't matter. Okay. We install that for you. Then what you're going to do is you're going to delete all the plugins that you don't want. Okay. And you can change the theme. You can do whatever you want. You can install your own premium plugins, right? Once you have got that, that's the base that you are going to work from for your own personal websites. Don't forget, this is scalable, okay? So you want something that you can just deploy quickly and easily without too much hassle, where we've got most of the optimization done. There's still some other bits to do, which I'm going to cover in this session. And so you can clone your settings or your version of the template once you have adjusted it to the way you want it with premium plugins, deleting some plugins that I've got in here, and then that's yours. You need to keep that updated from that point forward. Okay, I'll give you some tips on that, and then you can just deploy that for all the new sites that you use. For example, I use an xCloud. Okay, and in xCloud, if I go to my site down here, wp-template.site, that is my template site for this, for the Content Hubs template, basically. That's what I've turned this into. And all I would do then is I can clone this into a new domain, and it takes just a couple of minutes. There's videos of how to do that with xCloud in the tutorials area, okay? And if we have a setup like this, it's just quick and easy. It's not any hassle at all. My virtual assistant does it for me. And you know, I just tell her when I want a new domain, and I will get that domain installed pretty quickly. Okay. So that's what you want to do. Okay. I'm still waiting to see if we got that domain installed yet or not. Okay. But anyway, we're going to carry on. Okay. So the first thing you want to do, okay, is you want to go to a plugin called the Automatic Domain Changer. I'm going to show you what it's like in the template, since I don't have a website up right now that I asked for. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it is. Okay, so if I can find it again. Must be in the settings. Okay, I'm just trying to find this, maybe under tools. Yeah, change domain. Okay, so you go under tools, okay, and then change domain. This is important because it will change any reference to the blog template URL. And you're going to do this with every site that you install the template on. So we're changing the domain from, and that will be automatically filled. And so will this with your new domain. Okay. And all you need to do is you're going to checkbox. Okay. You can back up your database SQL before you do it. Okay. Checkbox this and change the domain. All that's going to do is going to change in the database any references to the blog template. This will automatically pre-fill with your new domain. Okay, that's the first thing that you want to do. Okay, very quick, very easy. It's already pre-filled. Just checkbox these, change domain. Takes a couple of seconds, and then you can go into the plugins. Okay, and you can remove that particular plugin at that point, the automatic domain changer. You can deactivate it and delete it at that point. You don't need it anymore. And the same as well with the all-in-one migration plugins. Once we have installed it for you, okay, then you can just simply delete these two plugins as well. Okay, that's the first things that you want to do. The next thing you want to do is auto update the plugins. Okay, so for example, if I am in my plugins dashboard here in WordPress, you can see we got auto updates disabled. Okay, we can just simply checkbox all, bulk actions, enable auto updates, and click on apply. I'm not going to do that here because I think it's better done from your server once you have installed it. But if you do that, then it will auto update the plugins for you, for the ones that can be auto updated. Okay, just checkbox all and click apply. Some of them you cannot update, but that's okay. You can still just do it quickly by enable all auto updates. And the ones that you can't do, you will get notifications from whenever you log in. You will see that you need to do some updates. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm just keeping an eye on the WhatsApp chat for and to see if my site is ready. Okay. Okay. Next thing we want to do is WordPress settings. Okay. WordPress settings. These are the general settings that we got in here. So we got general, we got writing, we got reading. Okay. Now I switch off the discussion by default. Okay. I switch it off by default unless you are going to keep an eye on the comments. It's better to switch it off than have comments that are not replied to. Okay. I don't like having comments on WordPress, too many spammy messages coming through. I rather just keep it off. And there's two ways we can do that. Okay, it's already set up from one of the plugins that we got installed, and that means that you don't need to worry about it anymore if you keep it the way it is. Okay, I will do some extra tutorials on this kind of stuff, on the small plugins and tweaks that you can do, but I keep the discussion off. But what we want to do is go into the general settings. Okay, and this should only take about 15 minutes maximum once you've got a new site up. Okay, you're going to change your blog title. Okay, and you're going to change your tagline. That's the first thing. Whatever we do here will be affected with the all-in-one SEO plugin. If you want to change the SEO plugin, feel free, go ahead, put yours, or put rank math or whatever you prefer. Okay, I just use that because it will automatically do the titles and meta description for every page and post without you having to worry about it. It doesn't mean it does it perfectly, but at least it's something there. And it's already, you know, if you forget to do it, something is there and done for you. Okay. And from that, if you want to change the date format, all that kind of stuff, that's up to you. I just keep it like this so it suits everybody. Okay. Next is the writing. Okay, so let's go in here. I still need to work on the speed a bit with this one. Okay, when we come in here, you can see we got categories. I've only put 2 categories in here. So one of the first things you want to do is understand which categories you're going to use for the purpose of any blog posts that you're doing. This is not affecting your content hub. Okay, so if you're going to do some blog posts, which I suggest you do using Tube Wizard, okay, then create a couple of categories that you're going to use. Now, I always use Classic Editor. I cannot stand the block editor. Okay, if I'm going to use block editors, I use Thrive. And by the way, you have got Thrive in here as well. We have got a developer license, so we put it in there. So when you install this template, the Thrive is going to be working. That gives you a whole bunch of landing pages as well, etc., that you can choose from if you want to install as well. Okay. But I keep this in Classic Editor for me. If you want to change it, you can go ahead and change it. Okay. Now, next thing here is the reading. Okay. The reading is to choose where your homepage is going to be. And if you choose latest post, it's going to choose the blog. Okay. If you want a static page, which is the Content Hub homepage, then it's going to open up the Content Hub homepage. Okay, so I put my launch jacking one in here as an example. That's the homepage for the blog template site. And what you want to do is you are going to change whatever is in here and in here and the resources, which are the articles, okay? But it's there as an example. It's easy for you to follow. All you're going to do is you're going to change whatever the Minisite Content Pilot posts into your website, okay? That part has to be done manually. It cannot be done automated to put it inside the template, okay? Let's come back over to the document. Right, so we kind of covered that basic stuff. Okay, so your reading settings as well. One more thing, when you are ready, not before, but when you are ready, you are going to uncheck this discourage search engines from indexing this site. Wait until your content hub is done before you do that. Okay, so it's not indexable until you uncheck this, but do not uncheck this until you've got a content hub completed from start to finish. Okay. And then you can save the changes. Your content hub will be there and you can go live and be indexable at that point from so that search engines can find you. And then what we can do is we can go into the all-in-one SEO settings. Okay, I'm going to be doing videos on this, by the way. I'm just covering what we need to cover to get the site live. Okay, we can go into search appearance and then we can link to the Google Analytics and Google Search Console. Okay, that's the two most important ones, and you want to do that pretty early after you have fixed this. Okay, the discourage search engines from indexing. As soon as you make your site live and indexable, you want to go over there and connect to the Google Analytics and connect to the Google Search Console. It's just a wizard. Okay, when they're doing that, just go to search appearance. Yeah, this needs a bit of speed up. Okay, and you can see we've got homepage, etc., etc. I'm wondering where I've got my, just bear with me, go to dashboard. Damn it, got a bad gateway here. Is that the server again? It's back. Okay. Okay, let me just find. Yeah, you've got Webmaster Tools here. Okay, so under General Settings, you will see these tabs. You've got Webmaster Tools. You can click on that. Google also has another plugin that you can use, but I never use it anymore because one time it caused a problem with some of my sites. I just use whatever is part of an SEO plugin, whether I'm using Yoast or Rank Math, etc. But this will connect you to Google Console, and it's just sort of point and click wizard type of thing. Microsoft Bing, Pinterest, etc., and also Google Analytics here. And there's some other options that I'm not that familiar with, but if you are and they're important to you, then it's there for you to do. Okay, the main ones are Google, Bing, Analytics, and Pinterest. I would definitely do those four. Okay, so it's nice and quick and easy. All right, let's come back over here. If you got any questions at any point, you can drop them in there and I'll answer as I see them. Okay. So next thing we want to do, okay, and let's just go into the site. This is kind of important. If we go into this site and go to /blog, some people might choose this as the home page. If you want to choose that as a home page, you're welcome to do that. You might want your blog as a home page. If you look at backlinko.com, that's the way he's done it. He's got his blog as a home page, content hubs, a link to from the menu bar at the top. You can see I've only put two things in the menu bar here. We don't need much in here. What you want to do though, at some point, is put a resources section in here and recommend some tools or products, etc. Now, this is called Can't Be True About Me plugin. Okay, it's called Can't. It's actually its name. It begins with K. Can't Be True About Me. What you're going to do there is you're going to change the image to yourself, to your own image. You change the name and change this information here. And also you can choose which social links, etc. you want to put in here. So to do that, it's very quick and easy. You just go into widgets, okay? And you can see when you're in the widgets, I'm in classic widgets, by the way. Then you can open that up, and this is where you change the information. Okay, you can center the image, etc. And you can put in some details about your social profiles, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it might be, YouTube. I don't use like the pro version just to get a signature. I just think it's a waste of time, but you know, feel free to upgrade with them if you want. I wouldn't. It looks good enough as it is. It just gives you that extra bit of sort of personalization on the actual blog page. Okay. Now, a lot of people will choose to put the blog page as the home page. That's fine. What I would suggest you do is get at least 10 blog posts done before you do that. Okay. You can use Tube Wizard plugin if you got it to be able to knock them out quite quickly. If you've got a virtual assistant, they can knock out a lot more in a single day. With Tube Wizard, you can easily knock out 20 or 30 in a day and still have time to optimize them as well. And make sure you're using featured images as well, so that you can make it look nice. It will have a featured image here. I've actually switched off the featured image to show, because if you switch it on in the theme options, okay, let me just come over to theme options. If you switch that on, what's going to happen is you're going to get the first image showing and the featured image showing both in between the title. And often people are using the same image for both, okay? So the featured image becomes their first image. And so you've got a duplicate, and it just looks a little bit strange, and they're not even the same size. So I switch it off, okay? This is a premium theme, okay? This is a premium theme. You can use it perfectly fine. My license key is in here for you to be able to use, okay? What you want to do is in the general settings in here, you want to change your logo, and it tells you the sizes here. And you want to change your favicon. Again, it tells you the sizes here. If you want to make the featured image show, then you can do that from down here. Let me just see, where is it? Just see. I was in here a few minutes ago. Yes, in a different section. Okay. Single posts. It's under single posts. Okay. So you can see show featured image. I've got it off. Okay. Up to you whether you want to use it or not. I switch it off. But what we can do then is just make sure we don't get any duplicate. If you are getting duplicates, you need to delete one of the images. Okay. You have to do that manually, which is one thing I didn't like about this particular theme, but it's a good theme. Otherwise, it's pretty good for what it's supposed to do and for the purpose of what we're doing here. Okay. Let's come back over here. Okay. So at that point, if you have done just that, I mean, that would really take about 10, 15 minutes maximum. Okay. You got some other plugins that you want to use. Okay. Legal pages, if you want to use. I have put in some pages that you can just change the contact details. If I go into my pages here, okay, you will see two things I want to point out, I should say. Okay. First, you will see these folders. Okay. These folders are where I put my pages. You can simply drag and drop pages and put them into different folders so that you can easily find, if you're going to build out like a content hub, what you're going to find is you've got 60, 70 posts, for example. But for your content hub, you might want to create a folder for each category, okay, or each section of your content hub. So for this one, if I go into my smoothie site here, okay, you can see we got best fruit smoothies, green smoothies, we got protein smoothies. I might want to do folders for each of these and then just put all of the relevant articles into that one folder. It just makes it easier for you when you're managing your site later to be able to find stuff. Okay, to create a folder, you just click up here, create a new folder, and you give it a name. Simple as that, okay? The second thing is that we've got some things in here like DCMA, privacy policy. I've already connected these to the correct places within the actual setup. But you might want to go in here and go into the edit and change the business name or change the website name, etc. Okay, but it's there and it's connected in the right places on your website. Okay, so that's done because these small things, they all take time to do. Okay, you can't not do them, but they all take time to do. So I've made it easy by already connecting where they should be connected, so that you just need to go and change the website name and business name if you want to. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, my theme shop plugins. Okay, when I bought that theme, it gave me a whole bunch of plugins, and I've kept them in here because some people might want to use them. Okay, some people might not. For me, I'm not too bothered about some of them, but if I come down, you will see anything here, my theme shop, like the review one. I'm probably not going to use that. Short codes I will use. Let's see what else. WP subscribe. That seems like a good option, but I couldn't get it working. Okay. It might work okay for you, but I want to use viral content pilot links anyway. And you got another one here. It's a tab widget, which is a widget that gives you different tabs, like you can put different tabs for different posts, etc. on one single widget. That kind of thing doesn't interest me too much. But the more you can delete these plugins, then the leaner you can get your WordPress template. Okay, you can see it's got 57 plugins. Okay, nobody's going to use 57 plugins. Okay, I have so many plugins because if I do a different type of site, I might want to use some specific plugins. I don't want to go searching for them. Once I've got my template, it's easy for me to delete them, the ones I don't want, than to go searching for the ones that I do want. Okay, it's just easy if I've got it all in here, and I can delete very quickly, very easily in a couple of clicks from anything that's activated, and anything that's deactivated, it's just one click to get rid of all the ones I don't want. Okay, so that's why there's so many plugins, but you want to bring it down, ideally, to about 30 if you can. Okay, but we do like to have functionality. At the same time, we don't want to keep the site heavy with plugins that are not being used. Okay, so get rid of anything you don't want, and you can keep as well some deactivated that you might want to use later for that particular site. Okay, but for me, this is the way I set it up for all my sites. I will go and delete probably about 20 of them immediately when I install. Okay, and it should be the same for you. You probably even want to delete even more than me. Okay, so nice and quick and easy to do that. Okay, now I haven't put in any affiliate link plugin. If you want to use an affiliate link plugin, there are some free ones, okay, but there are better paid ones. Okay, Matt McDonald has a good one. We were talking about that the other day in the WhatsApp group. I forget what it's called. I think it's called Affiliate Links Pro. You can get it on Warrior Plus probably. It's not that accurate when it comes to the statistics and how many clicks, etc. I've seen problems with that before, but it does what it's supposed to do as far as cloaking the links, and it looks good and it feels good when you're working with it. Okay, but I can't put it in because it's not mine. Okay, I have not put any image generation plugins in either. Okay, some people might want AI, some people might want Unsplash or Pexels or something like that. I didn't want to bloat the website with more, but you can easily just search for these. Okay, if you want an affiliate link plugin, just go into plugins, add a new, do a search for affiliate. Okay, or do a search for image. The next one is one I've just added. I haven't done any settings for this because it really just needs you to do this in a post by post or page by page level. Okay, now what this does is going to give you FAQ schema. Now, if you're familiar with SEO, if you have been keeping up to date with SEO, you will know that Google no longer shows FAQ schema within the search results, but Bing does. Okay, Bing does, and its search share is going up, even though it's not by a huge amount, and it's not impacting Google at the moment anyway. but the AI search engines like ChatGPT and like Perplexity, they can read this stuff, okay? And this can help you to optimize for the AI search engines, okay? So put it in here. It's an extra step for every single post. It is a little bit time consuming to use it for every single post, but it's an option if you want it, okay? It would just be wrong of me not to put that in there. Again, if you've got a virtual assistant, they can knock those out for you, okay, and save you some time, okay? Now, next, what we want to do is we want to create some categories, okay? So if we're going to create categories and you know already what they're going to be, this is for your blog, not for the hub, not for the content hub. If you know what your categories are going to be, then it's easy for you to fill this in, okay? Or what you can do is you can just go and ask ChatGPT, give me some categories for a blog about whatever your topic is, okay? If you do that, yeah, and it's giving you 5 or 6 different categories, there's a plugin on here, in here, it's one of mine, okay? It's called Silent Alpha, and if you activate it, you can just activate this, and you come down to where Silent Alpha is in the sidebar in here. What you can do is you can copy and paste from ChatGPT. Say, for example, it gave you 5 categories. You can just simply copy and paste them in here and click submit. It will create all the categories at one time, okay? Nice and quick and simple. And if you want to create subcategories, you can choose the category, parents, etc., that you want as well, okay? And that will just save you a little bit of time. It also helps you if you're planning sort of mapping out a big site. Sometimes I've done this where I've had one of my personal sites like anthonyhayes.me, like back in the day when I was doing sort of heavy blogging. What I did one time, I created something like, it was over 100 posts, but all saved as drafts, and all I had was the titles. And so that I knew this was the blog post that I'm going to be working on for the purpose of teaching whatever I was teaching at that time. It probably was about search engine optimization. And I had everything just laid out. And what I did is, this is why I built this plugin at that time, so that we could use it for that, so I could save a lot of time. And what I could do then is I could create my categories, and I could even create information here as well for the slugs, etc. as well. So it was just nice and quick and easy to do everything at one time. That's why I built it. It cost me $50 on Fiverr.com, and I've given it away probably to thousands of people by now. And it's not on the WordPress repository or anything like that. I've just kept giving it away. It's a good little plugin. It's very, very useful, very, very handy. Okay. Okay, I'm just checking on the WordPress and the WhatsApp chat with my assistant and Stephanie as well. Okay, I can't, Stephanie, I can't get into that stuff just now. I'll have to do that later. Okay, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to do a start to finish video, setting up a content hub, okay, and installing the template. And from there, everything that I'm showing you right now you will see over the shoulder, okay? It's probably better that way as well, because I do a lot of typos, and you don't want to see the amount of typos I do. It's very discouraging, especially for me. Okay, and next thing you want to do is security plugin. Now, I'm just mapping this out so you've got something that you can logically follow, okay? And so you've got a sort of sequence of stuff that you can just check box off once you've done them, okay? I'll give you the link to this document in a few minutes. Okay, so next one you want to do security plugin. Now the security plugin, you can change to whatever one you want. Okay, you might want to use a different one than I've got here. But with the security plugin, which you can see here, it's just a wizard. I can't do it for you. Okay, it's one of those that has to be done when it's on your server. Okay, and you're just basically choosing whatever kind of website you're building. So for a blog, and it will take you through a wizard. Okay, that again, quick and easy, but it's kind of important. You should really have it done. Okay, these are things that are needed for every WordPress site if you want to set them up nicely. Okay, the other things, related posts, Stephanie added into the template, done with Thrive. Okay, so that has already been done. So you don't need to change anything there. And you do not need a related post plugin. It's already set up. And when you add your content, it will automatically pre-fill those sort of related posts underneath your articles and pages, etc. Next one, the notibar. Okay, now this is just a simple little notification bar at the top. Okay, simple notification bar at the top. You can put in anything here that you want to offer. It's quick and easy to set up. Nothing hard about it. Okay, I'll just go to notibar. If I find it over here, and I'll just show you quickly. I was looking at this a minute ago. Again, I can't find it. Yeah, notibar. It's under settings. Okay, simple setup. This is not hard to do at all. So it will open up the customization. Okay, so you've got general options where you can center it, decide the content width, etc. Then the content options. You can see you can change anything here and it will change up here. Okay, have a button on it so it's nice and clear for people to see. Now you can notice I've got a contrast here between black, white, and red. It's just so that it's very, very obvious to people to see it. So that whatever message you put in here, then if you've got a strong hook, there's a very, very good chance that you know, people will click on it because you can build in curiosity, etc. What you can do with the button URL is you can use a viral content pilot link in here. So that when you click on that, it's going to open up the Google authorization page. Okay, that's probably the best way to do it. But because I put this in as a sample, just to join the WhatsApp group, I don't really need it because if they come in the WhatsApp group, then I've already got a place where I can remarket to them anyway. Okay, but nice and quick and simple. Nothing flashy, but it doesn't have to be. I've seen plugins like this being sold that don't even work properly. All we need is something simple here, something that can stand out and something that can tell people, you know, whatever message you want to cover. Okay, HTML sitemap, that's already built in for you. Okay, whenever you change content in your site, that will auto update. That's just the page that tells you all the posts and categories, etc. on your site. And it's just useful for Google to be able to find that and for people as well. So if you want, you could put a link in your footer for HTML sitemap. Okay, I haven't done it because some people don't want that. Some people who are into SEO, well, they don't want site-wide links at the bottom of every single page. Okay, I can get why they don't want it, so I haven't done it. There's a thing called ping services in WordPress. It won't show until you make your site indexable. And then when you go into the reading section of your settings, okay, once you have enabled indexation, then you'll see I've added, I think it's about 100 different ping sites already in there. So whenever you make a post, it will notify. Okay, why do we need ping sites? Well, it kind of notifies other search engines that you've got new content. So it's not just Google and not just Bing. There's a whole bunch of different search engines out there, so it just notifies them. I doubt it helps to get your website indexed any faster, but it's just a good thing to do. It's just, you know, best practices kind of thing. Okay, now there's some plugins that we got that are similar to each other, and I usually will put this onto the templates so that you have a choice. Okay, so there's two table of contents plugins. What you want to do is choose whichever one you want to use. Okay, I'm just going to make this a checkbox here and delete the other one. Okay, the lucky table of contents is easiest to use, for example, but the rich table of contents is nicer presentation. Okay, we got manage WP and main WP. These are services that you can use for free that helps you to stay on top of all your WordPress sites for updating all the plugins and all your sites at one time, for example. I highly recommend you use one of them. They don't cost anything. You can upgrade to more premium features, but you don't need to. And both are very, very good. You know, I actually use both of them for a lot of my sites. I've trained my assistant to be able to go ahead and, add those, but choose one of them and use it. Okay. The plugins are installed and it's very, very easy setup. They will give you an API key that you connect with whatever website that you're going to, or whatever service you're going to use. Okay. Main WP, you put in your own domain. Manage WP, it's got its own sort of login web app, and that's probably going to be easier for most people to use, because the main WP, you actually install the parent settings within a domain that you control. Okay. For the internal linking, okay, now we're doing internal linking with the AI from the content hubs, but if you're going to do blog posts, you probably want to add several internal links for each blog post. Okay, when we get into the SEO stuff later, we will go through some strategies for the internal linking that you can use. Just basic stuff, nothing hard, and just best practices again. But choose one of them, delete the other one. Okay, I've got no preference for these, for the free versions anyway. Link Whisper has a very, very good reputation, but it's the premium version. You might feel you don't need it because it costs money to get premium, and it's not the cheapest one. Okay, and there's a couple of shortcode plugins as well, which I kind of like to use on my WordPress sites, but you might not want to use both. One of them's from Theme Shop, and you can choose from those as well. So choose one of each, delete the others. Okay. Okay. Now, things that you do need to keep. Let me explain. This is kind of important. Okay. So in the plugins, if I find my page. Okay. If I scroll right down to the bottom, you see this one down here, WP Optimize. Keep it. Okay. Do not delete it. When you activate this, you want to do this maybe about once a month. Okay. Especially if you've got a lot of images on your website. What this does is it's going to minimize the size of the images. Now, most plugins that you use for that job, they will charge you. Okay, you got, certain amount you can do for free. And then you need to pay a premium if you want to do more. This one seems to be unlimited for that particular task. So I keep it on all my sites. And every now and again, I will go and use this, and I will minimize the size of the images. And then I will deactivate it again once I've done it. And I just keep it there because there doesn't seem to be any limitations on the usage for that particular feature, for that particular task. Okay. So I keep it there. So keep it for that purpose, because it's very, very useful. And especially if you feel at some point that your site is starting to slow down, a lot of the times, just by doing simple things like that, it can speed it up quite significantly. Okay. The Thrive Product Manager. Okay. This plugin here. Do not remove that. Do not remove that. If you remove that, you might lose the license. Okay. And then we have to reactivate it again. We don't want to do that. Okay. We don't want to spend time doing that. Just keep it there, keep it active. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It won't slow down your site. Just keep it there, activated, and you won't get any problems. Okay. And another thing, it's really important as well, is to rename the content hub in the menu settings. Now, if I go into the menus in here, go to appearance, go to menus, you will see I didn't do too many links, only 2 links, one for the content hub, one for the blog. But what you want to do is you go in here, click on that little button, give it a proper name. Okay, don't call it Content Hub, but you could call it, unless it's Content Marketing Hub or something like that, then you would just put Content Marketing Hub. If it's a YouTube SEO Hub, you would call it YouTube SEO Hub. Okay, and you can put as many hubs as you want. So each one that you do, you're going to add in the menu. Okay, add the homepage of that Content Hub, whatever it is, but change the navigation label. Okay, it's really important. And put a title attribute in here as well. Just use exactly the same name as what you got in your navigation for the title. Okay, let's click on cancel here. Right now, when it comes to the theme settings, I don't use sidebars. I only have sidebars on the blog homepage. And if you create an about page, have a sidebar there as well. When it comes to the posts and the pages, I take those away. Two reasons. One, it gets rid of distractions. Because one of the things that we want to do if we're going to create content is have people actually consume that content. If you keep interrupting them with, you know, different distractions from your sidebar, it's not a good thing. And secondly, it always looks better when there is no sidebars. It just looks cleaner, more professional. And you will notice a lot of the big guys don't really use sidebars except for when it's like a blog homepage or about page or something like that. Okay. If you want to change that, you can do it from theme settings. Okay. You can make your sidebar show. You just choose the default. Let me just show you. If I go to theme options, come over here. Okay. I think it's in general settings. Just see. Got layout style. No, not that one either. So one of these, let's see if we got it on home page. Okay, not there. Sidebars. Oh, it's actually got its own tab here, sidebars. Okay. You can see that I've kept it with the home page. Okay. Posts and pages. There should be no sidebar. Okay. Posts and pages. I'm going to save the changes. No sidebar. Okay. It just looks better and it's less distractions for people. If you want to put calls to action, you don't need a sidebar to put calls to action. Okay. You can put that within the content where it's more of a natural disruption that is relevant to that content that they are reading at that particular time. Okay. You do not need a sidebar to do that. It's only a distraction. Usually a sidebar, you kind of tempted to fill up the sidebar just to make it look nicer. And it means you're putting many different offers. And that's just going to get people clicking all over the place. You don't want to do that. If you want a call to action, make it relevant to your content. Pardon me. If you've got viral content pilot, that's easy to do. Just create a lead magnet with ChatGPT, for example, and you can have a link to, you know, get people onto your email list. If you're promoting something, then make sure it's relevant to the content that they're reading at that particular time. Put a call to action actually in your article, okay, for that. Okay, if that's your goal to get affiliate sales, put it inside the content. You don't need a sidebar. Sidebars, they can be useful, but not on every post, not on every page, not where people are reading content that you spent time creating or you got AI to create. Okay, you just want people to consume the content so you can build that kind of the trust factor as they're going through it. They can see that you know what you're talking about, at least that is relevant to the content for the call to action. Okay, so I put in some resources in here as well. Right now, if you want to use xCloud, and I recommend that you do, I have got my affiliate link in there. Okay, if you purchase from my affiliate link from them, I will give you a bonus. I've got no idea yet what it is, but if you send in receipt, I will give you a bonus for it. Okay, I use it all the time. I'm not recommending something I'm not using here. I use it all the time. I've got all of my sites in here, all of them. Okay, the only one that's not in here is AnthonyHayes.me. I've got that in Cloudways. I just keep it separate because it's got all my sales pages and all that kind of stuff. I keep it completely separate from everything else because it's my most important site and it's on a very, very fast server over in Cloudways. Okay, everything else is in xCloud. And I use it because it's super simple to use. Okay, you can do a lot with it. You can update your sites. You can clone the sites into new domains in one click, etc., etc. It's just once you get used to it, it's kind of hard to do without it. If you're using hosting like HostGator or Bluehost, you're going to struggle for site speed. You're going to struggle for a lot of different things. If you're going to build out a lot of sites, then something like this makes it easier to manage, makes it easier to deploy new sites, Okay. And you know, you never lose a login as well. You just click on the magic login and you can go into any dashboard of any site you got. You can see, I think I've got about 45 or something sites in here. And I use it all the time. We keep adding more and more and more to it. In fact, we might have just added 2 more. Yeah, we got makemoneyonline.vip and we got the ClickBank affiliate one that I was mentioning on yesterday's webinar. Okay, so those were added just when we were on when we started to do the webinar tonight. Okay, so very quick and easy, and they have got the template installed. Okay, just by going to the template site and clicking on clone the site and put it into a new domain. Really simple stuff. Okay, so I do recommend xCloud. You might have, you know, your own preferences for hosting. Fair enough, up to you. Okay, but I do recommend it if you don't have anything in particular and you want to build out a lot of sites. It's a good option. Okay, they work with other hosting companies like Vultr, which is really fast, DigitalOcean, which is really fast. Okay, and you can connect with those extra fast servers and put them into xCloud, where you manage everything from xCloud from that point forward. Okay, for the images, I think I showed, what was that site we showed yesterday? It was a thumbnail site, wasn't it? Okay, just thumbnail maker. If you want to do like good images, okay, really good images, I use a tool called Pixels, Pikzels. Okay, Pixels, and you can put in really simple prompts, and it will create really good quality images. These are supposed to be for YouTube thumbnails, but they're perfect for these sites. Absolutely perfect for these sites. In fact, I think I've actually got it in some of my. Yeah, so you can see I've got a couple in here. And it just brightens up your website. Okay, it's actually a very, very good tool for being able to brighten up your website with these kind of images, and it looks good as well. Okay, I recommend that. It's actually not that expensive when you break it down. How many thumbnails that you can create, how many images you can create. It actually works out quite cheap, but it is monthly. Or you can take the lowest cost of things, about $12 a month, but you can buy extra credits, like one-off credits once you're in that monthly. So even if you took the $12 per month option, you can buy extra credits and you can get these really good high quality images. Okay, it really brightens up the site and just gives that sort of more vibrant kind of feel to it. Okay, so I really do recommend to use that. Traffic Thief template notes. Okay, so this is the information that we gave to the people who bought Traffic Thief. And when we released that, I think it was about a year ago now, 11, 12 months ago, we released that, and we have got a separate WordPress template. Okay, I'm going to put the link for that in here so that you can get information about the different plugins, etc. If you want to know more about those, and it's also got the instructions in here that you need to contact Stephanie to get your WordPress template set up. So first thing you want to do is go and buy a domain. Call it something template .xyz or something like that. Buy a $1 domain, $2 domain. It doesn't matter. Make sure that next year's cost is not going to be expensive. Sometimes you can get these dollar domains in the $50 or something next year. Just make sure it's not going to be one of those situations. Otherwise, you have to do a new domain next year. Okay. So I'll put a link in here for that as well. And Stephanie did a whole bunch of images for you guys. Okay, when we're in the content hubs, just come over here. You will notice these images here. Okay, and we've got images needed here and here. And Stephanie actually went and created for you about 80, I think 84, 86 different images that you can use. These are Canva templates. You can go and change any parts of them, or you can use them as is. Okay, and these will fit into the content hub. So there's different niches in here. Juicing, there's crypto and all that kind of stuff. Maybe Stephanie can put into the chat what kind of images, what kind of niches, I should say. And these are good. These are really, really good images that will give you that sort of nice, polished, professional kind of look for your content hubs. Okay, so that's a nice thing to have. Okay, and these can easily be edited. I would probably be tempted just to use them as they are. I think they're very, very good as they are. Okay, for those kind of images that we got here. Okay, so you can use those. You can even use them for your featured images as well, if you choose. Okay, let's come back over here. All right, so that's basically all we need to do with the WordPress template. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. Once you get stuck into it, it's really quick to get through it. Okay, we've got some tutorials to come over the next few days. Okay, I didn't get time to do them all. We did add some from the traffic thief template information that we had over there because it's still relevant, but how to add domains into xCloud if you're using that, and some other bits and pieces that you'll find useful. It's still relevant to this particular template. So those have been added to the tutorial area, but I want to do some extra tutorials about the plugins by the type of functionality like SEO plugins or conversion plugins, etc. I will do those videos over the next few days. I'll try and do 1 or 2 a day, and we'll just keep adding into the tutorial area. Okay, and plus I'm going to do a start to finish setup. Okay, start to finish setup with everything, setting up the WordPress. Okay, I will do them in individual short videos. So some of the videos might be 60 seconds long. It's not going to be informative, educational kind of information. It's just how-to tutorials. Okay, so if it's how to go and change the domain name in the database, it will be like 40-second video probably, and just showing you exactly what to do and nothing else. Okay, no waffling. Okay, and I want to do one as well that I think is really, really important for being able to not just optimize your website for search engines, but also for the engagement as well. I think this is really important. We need to understand how to write in your own chosen voice, style, and tone. The good thing about AI is you can write in anybody's style and tone. I did a video on it on YouTube a couple of months ago. Actually, I'll find the link to that and put it into the tutorial area as well. But you can copy anybody's style and tone. Say, for example, you're getting emails from I don't know, any of your favorite marketers who you like to read their emails. I like to read emails, for example, from VidTal. They're a YouTube advertising agency, and they also have like YouTube advertising research tools where you can go and search for ads on any niche and all that kind of stuff. Their newsletter is really good. Their copywriting is really first class. I like to follow them. Another one's a guy called Jack Duncan. I like the way that he writes. I've got some projects set up in Claude, okay, Claude AI, where I can use any of those specific styles and tones, depending on what I'm doing. So if I'm writing some copywriting for an affiliate marketing promotion, I might choose to do it Jack Duncan style, or I might choose to do it like Warrior Plus style, that guy Shane from Warrior Plus, with shorter emails, etc., etc. And it's good to be able to set these up and know how to set them up and when to use them as well. Okay, I want to do a session on that because it's really important. But it's also important when we're doing content for social media, when we're doing content for blogs, when you're doing content for newsletters. Okay, a lot of people prefer newsletters to blogs, which is fine. The only thing is with newsletters, you're not going to, you need to build your own traffic source for that. Whereas if you want organic traffic to earn organic traffic, then you have to do it via search engine optimization and social media. So it's really important that you can write in style and tone that is going to be appealing to people. So I do want to do a whole tutorial on this beyond what I've already done. I think I've done probably about 3 or 4 different videos on YouTube on it, but I want to do it again with updated information because it's changing so fast. with new AI models, etc., coming out. Okay. Okay, so that's basically everything I wanted to cover for the WordPress stuff. Okay, it's not hard. It looks a lot, but it's really, really, really not a lot. Okay, once you get stuck in, it takes about 15 minutes. Okay, there's going to be more updates with this template. Okay, the next update, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hire somebody to do this site speed settings for me. Okay, I'm not getting as much time as what I had when we first started to build tools like WordPress Alpha, for example. And now that we're doing the Fight Back Traffic series, that's consuming a lot of my time. Even though it's free training, it's consuming a load of time. And I don't want to reduce the quality of that training, even if it is for free. Okay, so it's taking away from the amount of time that I've got to be able to do things like this. So I'm going to hire a guy to do some site speed settings. That will be in the next update. Okay, we're also going to add text to speech into your article, so you will have a little audio player above each article. This is good for your content hubs because that can keep people on the site longer. It can make them consume the whole article because it's been read out to them. But there are different qualities of tools that we can use, or WordPress plugins that we can use for that. Okay, so I'll tell you what they are, how much they cost, etc. At that particular time. In fact, I've got a ChatGPT or Perplexity whole conversation on that. And what we can do is we can do text to speech. We can auto navigate to the next post so that it just plays automatically with the audio and goes through all the way through your content hub, which is pretty cool. Because that's going to keep people on your site. But also, once it's created that audio, you can go and create a podcast with that audio. Okay. And you can also create an ebook from your content hubs as well. Okay. You might want to put that on Kindle or something, for example. So I'll give you some options on that as well. And those will be, I've got the plugins on the template, but they're not configured yet. Okay. So that will be in the next update. The next update is probably going to be in about a week. Okay. Give it about 7 to 10 days, something like that. And I will, figure out how to set these up and test them as well. Okay. And for people that don't want to go through all of this stuff, I think we're going to be able to offer a done for you service, but it's going to be members only. Okay. It's not going to be anybody who doesn't have content and the Minisite Content Pilot, because there could be too many orders. Okay. I've done the mistake before of putting done for you services out there, and they become really, really, really stressful if you get too many orders. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to restrict that to people who are customers for Minisite Content Pilot. Okay. So if you want it done for you, Content Hub, if you don't want to go through all of that stuff, we can do it for you. I don't know the pricing yet, but I think we can do it because we can train the staff to go ahead and knock these out pretty quickly. Now, I reckon from start to finish, you should, once you get used to doing this, you should be able to do these content hubs in about an hour and a half, which might seem like, a lot of time, but it's really not, because of the quality of what we're doing. Okay. And also because of the massive benefits from it. Okay. From all the SEO stuff to just having a really good asset that you can use that will attract traffic, that will attract backlinks, etc., etc. Okay, let's see if we get any questions. Okay, it's very quiet in the comments. Very, very quiet. All my webinars are really quiet in the comments, which is kind of scary at times because I wonder if I lost the audio or something like that. Okay, you get any questions, let me know. Okay, let me know. Okay, let me know you're still here. Put a one in the chat if you're still here, because it's gone really quiet. I haven't seen it that quiet for quite a while. Okay, no questions about the template at all? You're mesmerized. Maybe I'm doing some kind of subliminal hypnosis. Who knows? Okay. That's all I really need to cover today. Okay. I just wanted to kind of show you that setting up the WordPress template is not hard. Okay. There's a few bits to do, but these are things that you would have to do with any WordPress site anyway. Whereas I've done a whole bunch of settings. All you're doing is the connection stuff, personalization, connection stuff. Okay. If you want to have a look at the website, Smoothies. This was actually Stephanie's website. I didn't know. I had bought a bunch of .fit websites, and I thought this was one of mine. So I've stolen this from Stephanie. Here's a link to this if you want to have a look at it. Okay. And give you some ideas. When you go to click on this, Stephanie, if you get Shay to make this whole image clickable, it would be really good, because right now it's just where the title is. If you click down here, it's not. If you can get her to make the whole image clickable, it would be better. And the other one was the launch tracking site. Now this one, the launch tracking site that I've got here, this is actually built from my content. Okay. This is built from videos that I put on YouTube. Just see if I got the videos in here. It will be in some of them. I think we did it from the blog post. What I did is I took all the transcripts from all the videos that I have done on launch tracking, which was surprisingly quite a lot, because I've been doing this for a long time. I think, I can't remember, maybe 20, maybe 30 videos on my YouTube channel. Most videos on my YouTube channel are unlisted. And we had a lot of videos about launch tracking. So what I did is I got the transcripts for all of them using Tube Wizard, and I put them all into one Google Doc, okay, every single one. And then I fed that into AI, and I told AI to map out from my information, from my transcripts, a content hub. And that's how this one came about. But if I go to the actual blog, let's see if I go over to the blog over here. I think we did Tube Wizard for those. And if I open these up, then the video should be embedded. That you see this? Where we got the same image 2 times. This is what I'm talking about. So I need to change the settings in here. It just looks odd, okay? And it's the same image 2 times, but you will see every single one of those blog posts have got a video, a real video from me. Okay, so it's not just the AI content. It's been using Tube Wizard for that. Okay, nice big bold call to actions in there as well. Right. Okay, Benjamin just got here. For Xcode, you can take the minimum. You can even talk to their live chat, Dennis. Okay, talk to their live chat. Just say that you're going to be building maybe about 10 sites, and you can upgrade for more resources, etc. as well. Their live chat is really helpful. Okay, they will help you to get set up. They will even move any older sites, any sites that you got on other hosting. They will move them for you as well. They're very good. Okay. Thanks for adding content to my site. Okay, I don't know what site. I don't know if you mean from the template. Oh, okay, okay. Stephanie. All right, so it's Stephanie saying thanks for adding content to my site. She's talking about her smoothie site that I thought was my site, but was hers, and I've added a nice content hub for her. Okay, so hopefully she gets some benefits from that. Now, there's some other things that we can do as well. There's some premium plugins that we can use, things for like this one here. I think this was in a Warrior Plus offer. Maybe Stephanie can put links to those, because we can't give them away. It's not ours to give away, but she can put links if you want this kind of thing there as well. And if it's from Warrior Plus, it's probably quite cheap. But there are some plugins that you can use for that kind of stuff that are free on WordPress as well. Some of them are better than others. I'll see which ones I've used on other sites, and I'll add 1 or 2 options in there. With the WordPress call to action stuff, you want to keep any pop-ups sort of minimum, okay? It's better, in my opinion, to have something like the smart bar like we got here and have an exit pop. Okay. Those two should be sufficient to get any message across. If you want to do the extra pop-ups like Stephanie's got here, try and keep them the way she has got here in the bottom right-hand corner, where it's kind of inobtrusive, okay? And it disappears after a certain amount of time as well. And so that doesn't become the distraction. I remember once I was building a website, and somebody left a comment in the comment section of that website. It said, I can't get to your content for all the pop-ups. And, you know, that's happened to me multiple times as well. You go to a website, especially on mobile as well, and you can't get to the content for all the different pop-ups. And that one really stuck with me because I wasn't thinking about user experience at all. Okay. And when people get that kind of experience, they just bounce off, they will go somewhere else. So try and keep any call to action stuff either inside your content where it's not a distraction, or keep it minimum. Things like smart bars, exit pop-ups, those are okay. Okay. And if you have just one in the bottom corner kind of thing that disappears after a few seconds, that's acceptable as well. Exit pops work really, really well. Okay. And you can do those with the viral content pilot links and start to build your email list from that. Okay, let's see. Any more questions? All right, I don't think we have. Okay, so I'm going to end this here. And we will be back. I think we're going to do a session on Sunday. It's going to be for the Twitter ads. Okay, a session on Sunday for that. And we're back into the fight back traffic systems. Then we will continue with the Minisite content hubs. Okay, with some extra tutorials next week. We might do an extra session, but I need to see that you guys are starting to use it before I want to do another session, so that we got some interactivity, especially with the Q&A stuff. And we can see some of your sites as well. Okay, and we can give you feedback and, you know, get feedback from you as well as give you feedback, so we can figure out any bottlenecks that we might have that we need to address, so we can knock these out quickly. Okay, that's it. That's it for now. Thanks.